Prosecutors are presenting new evidence this week in the Aaron Hernandez murder trial. A video shows the former New England Patriot dismantling his cell phone and using a second phone to make a call just hours after the victim's body was found shot dead in a Massachusetts industrial park. Prosecutors argue Hernandez used the phone to call his alleged accomplice. Joining us now, Philip Holloway, criminal defense lawyer and former police officer. Also, Peter Odom, a criminal defense attorney and a former prosecutor. Philip, let's start with you. He apparently is seen after he had talked to the police. He goes out into the police station parking lot, sits in a car with his lawyer, tears apart his own cell phone, and then picks up his lawyer's phone and starts making calls. What does that say to you? What does it say to the jury?
Well, John, it certainly is very much suspicious, and it's going to be something that's going to require some explanation. And I concede the point that the defense lawyers in this case have the hardest job, to be sure. That being said, proof beyond a reasonable doubt, that's the highest burden of proof known to our legal system. And so if there's reasonable doubt in the minds of any juror whatsoever, it could at a minimum amount to a mistrial or an acquittal if they all can agree that there's reasonable doubt. But that particular video, and I saw it yesterday, that's going to be a very, very difficult thing for the defense to explain.
Yeah, Peter, because jurors are also, I mean, they're given the warnings about reasonable doubt, but they are also told to bring their common sense to the jury room. Who goes through a police interview in a potential murder case and then goes out to his lawyer's car and tears apart his cell phone?
Oh, look, the issue is intent, as it often is in murder cases. Now, keep in mind, what the state has to prove in this case only is that he participated in a crime. They don't have to show that he pulled the trigger, okay? The question is, was he an innocent bystander, or did he participate willingly in this crime? And there is so much that the defense just simply can't explain. For example, there's videotape of Aaron Hernandez in the car with his co-defendant driving to that remote location where the dead body of the victim was later found. All right? Bullets, .45 caliber bullets were found where Aaron Hernandez dropped off his car the next day. Aaron Hernandez's girlfriend was seen suspiciously taking a black plastic bag out of their house the next day after getting a suspicious text from Aaron Hernandez. So this is a circumstantial case, as Phil noted, but circumstances don't lie. The circumstances here are mounting up to a very strong case for the prosecution.
Yeah, and Phil, very often, if it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it is a duck, right?
Well, sometimes, John, that's the case. But, you know, here's the thing, and with all due respect to my friend and colleague Peter Odom, I can tell you, and he knows this well, if the prosecution is not able to prove a motive and they're not able to disprove other potential ways that the death could have occurred, for example, it's entirely within the realm of possibility that these guys were out there smoking marijuana and somebody other than Mr. Hernandez simply got angry, pulled out a gun, and fired the shot. They have not yet been able to put the gun in his hand. They have not been able to provide any witness to say that he knew that anybody was going to kill Mr. Lloyd. These are the types of questions, and if you combine that with what was arguably some sloppy police work, as pointed out during some cross-examination earlier this week, all those things can mount to reasonable doubt, and it's not beyond the realm of possibility that a jury could very well acquit Mr. Hernandez.
It would be fascinating if that happens. All right, Philip Holloway, Peter Odom, we have to say goodbye. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.